worlds collide, something inside me is gone. Still I keep going on.
Hey, what is up, guys? This is Awesome here. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are doing another live feeding for my Rosy Boa, which her name is Nancy. This is her second meal with me. And I'm just gonna commentate over this, make it, it's my footage, but I'm gonna make it extra more transformative. So that way, if YouTube or anyone has a fit about live feeding videos, this is for educational purposes to show whoever may be watching how snakes eat and circle of life and all that stuff. There's nothing really graphic here. There is, however, there are some of you that might be a little squeamish. Though this little fuzzy does pee a little, and it doesn't pee, it holds this water droplet, by its private area, its balls or vagina, whatever gender this is. So I did try my best to censor it as best as possible, but the software that I'm using to edit videos has a hard time tracking where I want the censor to be. So it does its job at first, but you'll start seeing the censor bar just drifting in places where it shouldn't be. So I did my best. So maybe don't watch this video if you don't like little cute little mice being fed to a snake. So I want to mention before, I mentioned in the Rosy Boa unboxing video / feeding video, was that I don't take sick enjoyment of watching this little fuzzy die. I only get enjoyment that my snake is healthy and that it is eating regularly and that the snake is happy. So I get enjoyment out of taking care of my baby. This is my baby pretty much. This is, my first Rosy Boa in a long time. Watch this. Watch how fast this is. She's going to strike you here in a minute. Here in a second. It's so quick. Boom! Look at that. An amazing animal. This is why Rosy Boas are so awesome. And I got this shit in slow motion here. I don't think I had to get a really powerful slow motion camera to even capture this. But you see her head move ever so slightly, and then she goes for the attack. But man, just watch her twist and turn and pull, and it's really fascinating watching these animals eat. Rosy Boas have fantastic feeding responses. They're great eaters, and that's why I think they're the #1 pet snake in the entire world. Changed my mind. The bull python is cool and all, but it's overhyped, and they do have a lot of problems. This is the best pet snake you can get, and it's the best beginner snake you can get. It's just an overall great animal. So this is where the sensor bar comes in, like I mentioned before. It does its job pretty good. I forgot what I was talking about just a second ago. I enjoy taking care of my boa. I don't feel ultimately too bad for killing this little fuzzy, because this boa will only eat live, unfortunately. The breeder that I got her from said that she eats frozen thawed, but anytime I tried, she just doesn't eat it at all. I have a heart. The little fuzzy's cute. It has no idea what's going on. It was shaking when I put it in there. I do have a heart, but I care about my boa more. As you can see, the sensor bar kind of just moves. I don't understand how this shit works and why it does it. I've tried so many times. I'm just going to tell you to avert your eyes if you care that much. But yeah, I understand. I'm in a full understander of the circle of life. And if you can't handle the circle of life, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you other than get off the internet, go touch some grass, go to the zoo, lions eat, the cute little sheep, dogs eat cute little bunnies, and snakes eat, mice. And this is what happens in the wild. If a Rosy Boa can get its hands or if its jaws around a baby. I would prefer to feed her frozen thawed, pre-killed and stuff, but ultimately that's just not what her diet is. But either way, the mice have to die for our reptiles and stuff. And it's really fascinating. So I'm keeping this in real time. I haven't done any trimming to the footage. So pretty much this entire video, its entire length time, this is how long usually will take a snake. Mostly, maybe not mostly, but this is how long it usually takes her to eat. Like, she usually spends about 5 minutes to 6 minutes constricting it. It's really cool to like watch her. So I thought she was gonna eat this mouse alive at first because she has her jaws around its head already. But I'm imagining she's holding it more in place as she constricts it, and maybe. It's really hard to tell. She didn't do it to the last one, but she's probably putting her jaws around the pinky's mouth to further suffocate it. Many times I thought that this little guy died, but there's more twitching that follows, as you can see here. So there are some instances where I did stop the recording because it was just getting too long and I got tired of holding it in place. But for the most part, this is pretty much real time. It probably takes her about 15 minutes to eat this entire thing in real time. And that's not, I mean, if you think about it, that's not as bad because some of us probably take longer to eat our food. And some of us, like me, I'm a fast eater. I love to eat. So I scarf my shit down without even a second's thought. But imagining, like, say you got a fucking, I don't know, a 10-pound burger in front of your face and you eat it all in one bite. That's what pretty much a snake does. And the snake doesn't really chew its food. I don't know if there's any single snake in the world that chews. For the most part, they swallow their prey whole. The only thing I can think of is an egg-eating snake, but even then it still swallows the egg completely whole and spits the shell back out. But here the mouse has finally died. It's not moving no more, and now she's beginning to eat it. And these are like snakes are just amazing. They know when their prey is dead. Like this, when I was a kid and we had an adult Rosy Boa, so she would eat like adult mice. It was really hard to tell. I mean, it was really easy to tell if the mouse died, I guess, in our minds, because like most of the time, I mean, I guess I can't even say that no more, actually, never mind. Because some of the times, yeah, when the mouse died, its eyes shut. But sometimes what happens with constrictors is that the eyes pop out. And that's pretty much what happened to this mouse, only like it had like, I think what was happening with its pee, it was being constricted and it was kind of like its pee was just kind of chilling there, kind of like if you took a straw and you suck some water in the straw and then like you pinch the straw and it holds the water in place. It's kind of like what I imagined was happening earlier in this video with the mouse that I was trying to censor so badly. So a lot of instances that things do pop out. I actually have a friend that tells me that these massive boas, like 4 to 8 feet, or maybe not 8 feet, but you know what I mean, those huge constrictors that's like one person has a hard time holding. They eat bunnies, and a lot of times, like, they told me that their eyes pop out, or just something just pops out pretty much. And in some cases, even pop out places where you couldn't even imagine things popping out. The butthole. But overall, kind of just rambling at this point. If you're trying to figure out what kind of snake you want, if you want a snake that is going to live a happy life and is a very simple setup, and just overall, like, I'm trying to think of the word, just a snake that isn't going to be too picky at all and is easy to take care of, and it's going to be at its most happiest with just the simplest things. A Rosy Boa, definitely. Rosy Boas, they need the simplest care. Their setups are pretty simple. They're really easy creatures to take care of. I full-heartedly could probably, if you handed me 10 more of these animals, I probably could take care of them all without maybe breaking. When it comes to food and all, I could feed them all without, I can feed them without even under $20. Pretty much is what I'm trying to say. They're so simple. They eat once a week. So if you had 10, you'd probably be spending more than $20 a month. But you have to imagine how much you eat in a month. So compare that to you eat like 3 times a day. This snake eats once a week. And depending on the size of the meal, probably even 2 weeks. But I think the footage is coming up here. She's almost done swallowing it. And I do want to time the outro correctly because I am commentating this live over the footage. So once the footage ends, I can actually keep on commentating, but I need more footage to add to it. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, stay awesome. But the video's probably not over just yet. It's probably got like 30 more seconds. If I cut off, you know what happened. I'm not. It's gonna be a really abrupt ending. I'm just kind of rambling till it's over. But stay tuned next week for the next feeding video, and I'll probably have more snakes. I'm getting 2 more, I think.